Have a book.
Coach, I just want to give an opening statement.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, great road win tonight to open up conference play. You know, it's been a long week. We had a game canceled, as you probably know. You know, after Christmas and sitting over the Christmas break with a loss to Toledo at home. You know, our guys were anxious to get back out there today, and you know, I thought right from the jump we were really focused on the defensive end, and you know, we're a work in progress, you know, and trying to find some front court support. I thought O'Leary was really huge tonight in his best game as a Catamount, and Dylan, you know, is a great player, you know, that comes to us from you know, after winning a championship, and you know, we're trying to figure out the best ways to take advantage of his talents, and with our schedule, with the travel, you know, we played 2 home games, Division I home games in the non-conference. We were on the road for 3 weeks at one point, playing some of the best mid-major and general teams in the country, and we didn't have a lot of practice time, and we suffered a huge injury to our starting center, Nick Fiorello, the one guy we kind of couldn't lose because of his experience in the front court. And you know, over the last week, you know, without that game against Miami, we've been able to practice and kind of evaluate a lot of film, the coaching staff over the break, and I thought you know, it looked a lot better tonight and felt a lot better, and hopefully, you know, we're starting to find our way, but we're going to be a work in progress here as we go through conference play and build towards March. But I thought today was a great start.
Coach, I know you talked about, you know, losing kind of some of your front court depth. I know you talked with the local media up there about Matt Veretto and kind of having him play some more time than you had anticipated.
Yeah.
He obviously got off to a really hot start early on today. Can you talk about what you know, he did in terms of getting you guys the win?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he got off to a great start, and Matt has been, you know, really good for us. You know, in the recruiting process, we had to rebuild our front court. We lost the Player of the Year and an All-League player at the 4 and 5, and we played. You know, Nick was the 3rd big. We played 3 bigs last year, and so we had to rebuild the front court. We brought 2 freshmen and 2 transfers in. And Matt, you know, played 1 year at Delaware and then didn't play for 3 years, and we had recruited him out of high school, and we took him as the 5th big because you know, we knew the player he was, and hoping that we could give him some time to kind of get his legs back and kind of work off the rust, and then as it was, you know, Dylan got hurt. I mean, not Dylan, but Nick got hurt in the sixth game of the year, and Matt went from a 4 to a 5, and was kind of thrust into a position that you know, was difficult for him. You know, we didn't put him in a great spot, but Matt is you know, plays hard, is skilled, has an intensity to him, is an unbelievable teammate. And you know, he's going to be with us for 2 years, which I really feel fortunate about. We got the COVID year back for him, and so you know, he got off to a great start tonight. And I was worried. We were switching everything, and I was just worried about him trying to stay in front of guards. And I thought he got off to a great start. He was sitting down. He was guarding. Obviously, I think he had 7 points, the first 7 points maybe, but 7 points early. And you know, that's a huge sign for us, and you know, with the schedule we've played, you know, I knew we were tested. I knew we'd faced a lot of adversity, maybe too much adversity, but I was very interested to see how we played today, and you know, how certain guys played today, and Matt was one of those guys I had my eye on, and I thought he played great, and from the jump was ready to go.
Building off of that, you keep talking about the schedule. How's it feel to finally be back into it with the America East play and just have everything back to normal?
Yeah, it feels good now to be back in league, and it's not, you know, the league I think is much improved this year. So it's not like I feel good about league because, you know, obviously we've had a run of success here and things like that. But just from a travel standpoint, it just feels like, every other game's going to be home, which, we'll have, 8 home games over the next 2 months, where we've had 2 in the first 2 months, and they're down and back trips, and just some more normal, instead of being out on the road. We've been out on the road a week right now. We're on the road for 3 weeks at one point, another week with road games, and so it just from a wear and tear standpoint, from a practice standpoint, from a rhythm standpoint, I'm excited about that, and it was really important with all the kind of the chaos that we had early in the week with the travel on the day after Christmas, and trying to get guys down to Miami, and then pivoting and getting them up here to Baltimore, and it was the 26th and 27th was like nothing I've experienced as a head coach. I felt like I became a travel agent, and so it's good. It's good we got everyone here, and we're able to practice and spend time together, and but we're all looking forward to going home. I can tell you that.
Big win for you too. It's 264 tied with Coach Brennan. Just talk about that honor.
Yeah, it's that part feels surreal to tie Coach Brennan and to think about that. I'm very fortunate. The University of Vermont took a huge chance on me 12 years ago as kind of a no-name assistant, so to speak, without a lot of Division I experience, I guess, but they did, and it's worked out, and I'm just fortunate. I've had a lot of great players and a lot of great coaches, a lot of great assistant coaches that really make me look good, and it's something that at some point, if and when when I break the record, at some point I'll be able to sit back and feel really proud about it, and hopefully my kids feel proud about their dad.
Dylan, people on the outside may have looked at the team's 6-8 non-conference record and thought Vermont might be a little vulnerable this season. Today's performance, what kind of message do you think that sends to the rest of the league?
This is my first year playing for Vermont, and I came here because this team has had a lot of success in the past. So, it's still a good program. Every win is earned, no matter who you play, especially in conference games. So I feel like today we showed that, we're going to be a competitive team, and we're going to play hard no matter who we play against.
Big second half for you too, Dylan. Just talk about what changed there in the second half. Really flipped the switch. 15 points.
I just came out in the second half and said, I'm just going to be aggressive and just attack. If I got to make the pass, make the pass. If I have the shot, take the shot. Nothing too special. We've been preaching attack the past few days of practice, so that was something that was kind of going through my mind as the second half started.
I think, Coach, obviously kind of a tough start here to this America East schedule. Your next game is Bryant, at home, nationally televised game, the only one I think for the America East in the regular season. Yeah. What are you thinking, kind of looking ahead to that game now that this one has concluded? Obviously, they're a good team, made the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah, right. I think we're playing the second, third, and fourth team picked in the preseason poll. 3 of the 4 on the road, and then we get a bye. So I kind of look at I look at the season in segments. So this 4-game segment would tell us a lot about where we are, and so getting this one was huge on the road to start with. But yeah, I think once we get through this 4 games, we have 8 days off. In my mind, it's kind of like, all right, we can make the adjustments we need to make, and kind of get a good feel for where we're at. And so today was a great start, and now we'll travel home tonight, have tomorrow off, but we'll have 4 days to prepare for Bryant at home, like you said, a nationally televised game, which will be exciting, and and so that will be another test for us. But I'm kind of looking at these 4 games. We'll figure out where we are real quick, and then we'll have 8 days to make some adjustments and take it from there. And like I said, 3 out of the 4 on the road, and so, I haven't, memorized the schedule, but, hopefully on the back end, we get some home games down the stretch, and, that's what we want.
Is everyone all set?